Welcome back to High Stakes. Today, we will be discussing the following MLB matches that are happening on Friday, August 11, 2023. We will be providing our team, total and prop picks for the day. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If you want access to our premium picks, you can check out our Patreon page. You can find the link to our Patreon page in the description and comments section below. Cleveland Guardians vs Tampa Bay Rays. The Guardians struggled over the past week and they've lost 4 of their last 5 games. They have now dropped 4.5 games behind Minnesota in the AL Central standings and will try to reduce the gap with a win over the Rays, which will give them their second win in their last 6 games. Cleveland is averaging 3.99 runs per game. Their .249 batting average is 18th in the league. Their .311 on base percentage is 24th, while their .378 slugging percentage is 28th. Josh Naylor leads the Guardians with a .306 batting average and 79 RBI, while Jose Ramirez leads the team with 18 home runs. Cleveland's pitching has been good, with the team giving up 4.04 runs per game. Opponents have a .242 batting average against the Guardians, which is 11th in the league. Their 3.77 ERA is 3rd, while their 1.27 WHIP is 11th. In his last start, Curry gave up 4 hits and 2 runs in 5 innings, leading to a 5-3 loss to the White Sox. They will need another solid start from him if they want to win this game. The Rays have won 6 of their last 9 games. They are playing well offensively and scored 18 runs in their last 3 games. Expect them to play well offensively in this game because they have hit the ball well against right-handers, and Curry, who has been used primarily out of the bullpen this season, has been shaky on the mound in recent starts, giving up 4 runs in his last 11 innings. With Cleveland's bullpen also struggling in recent games, they will have a hard time slowing down the Rays in this game. The Guardians have lost 4 of their last 5 games and 5 of their last 6 road games. They have struggled offensively in recent games, scoring only 2 runs in their last 3 games. Their offensive struggles will continue in this game because Civale, who was acquired from Cleveland at the trade deadline, has looked good on the mound this season, giving up only 6 runs in his last 4 starts. He gave up 5 runs in his last 3 home starts and will keep their offense in check. Go with Tampa Bay to cover the run line. Our team pick is Tampa Bay Rays minus 1.5 runs. The Rays played well over the past week and they've won 6 of their last 9 games. They will try to keep the momentum going with a win over the Guardians, which will give them their 7th win in their last 10 games and the series lead. Tampa Bay is averaging 5.18 runs per game. Their .259 batting average is 9th in the league. Their .328 on base percentage is 8th, while their .446 slugging percentage is 4th. Yandy Diaz leads the Rays with a .318 batting average. Jose Siri leads the team with 23 home runs, while Isaac Paredes leads the team with 67 RBI. Tampa Bay's pitching has been good, with the team giving up 3.91 runs per game. Opponents have a .229 batting average against the Rays, which leads the league. Their 3.79 ERA is 5th, while their 1.19 WHIP is 2nd. In his last start, Civale gave up 9 hits and 3 runs in 4.1 innings, leading to a 4-2 loss to Detroit. They will need a better effort from him if they want to get the win. Our total pick is over. New York Yankees vs Miami Marlins. It has been a challenging season in the Bronx thus far, with the Yankees battling to stay relevant in a crowded AL East division. The Yankees have struggled with poor hitting, injuries, and a lack of consistency on their way to a record that is barely over .500 with less than 2 months to go in the season. The team has had to play without several pitchers on their staff for various points during the season, as well as the loss of 2022 MVP Aaron Judge for a large chunk of the season. Judge has returned recently and the Yankees pitching has gotten healthier, so there is still hope of a late season push. On Wednesday night, the Yankees lost the series finale 9-2 as starting pitcher Luis Severino continued to struggle. Severino allowed 5 hits and 4 runs in just 2 innings of work coming out of the pen for the first time this season in an attempt to change his fortunes. Reports of the Marlins' demise turn out to be highly premature. After losing 5 straight games, the Marlins closed their series in Cincinnati with 2 straight wins to improve to 60-56 and once again well within striking distance of a wild-card spot in the National League playoffs. On Tuesday night, the Marlins rallied for a 3-2 win over the Reds thanks to a 2-run home run from Jorge Soler in the 7th inning. The home run capped a 3-for-3 day from Soler, who was hitting out of the leadoff spot. Marlins starter Braxton Garrett picked up the win after going 6 innings and allowing 6 hits and just 2 runs against the potent Reds lineup. It was more of the same for the Marlins on Wednesday as the team rallied for a 5-4 win as Josh Bell homered twice and drove in 4 runs and Brian De La Cruz homered in the 9th to lead them to a 5-4 win. The Marlins have pounded left-handed pitching this season with a team batting average of .302 versus southpaws. They will get some good swings against Cortez, making just his 2nd start after a long stint on the IL this season. Meanwhile, Marlins starter Luzardo has been dominant at home this year with an ERA of 2.64. The Marlins have rebounded to win their last 2 games and are still very much in the race for the NL wildcard. At home, they are 34-24 on the season and that will play well in this matchup. The Yankees are under .500 on the road and are hitting just .240 against lefties this season. The Yankees have struggled to string together hits this season and will struggle with Luzardo. Look for the Marlins to kick off the series with a win on Friday night. Take the Marlins with the money line. Building off of the side bet above, I'm also taking the under. Luzardo has been great at home this season and he'll take on a New York team whose offense has been abysmal this year. The Yankees are currently just 29th in team batting average, .232, and 22nd in OPS, .711. There's a solid chance that Luzardo carves this team up. While I think the Marlins do enough offensively to win the game, I still think runs will be at a premium. For starters, they're just 26th in runs scored with 470, or 4.05 RPG. They're running into the best bullpen in all of baseball. The Yankees are currently 1st overall in bullpen ERA, 3.18, and 3rd in WHIP, 1.21. All things considered, the under is the way to bet this interleague showdown Friday night. Our total pick is under 7.5 runs. Cincinnati Reds vs Pittsburgh Pirates. Andrew Abbott is the probable pitcher for the Reds. He went 5.2 innings and gave up 9 hits, 5 walks, 6 earned runs, and struck out 3 in a loss in his last start against the Washington Nationals. He has a record of 6-3 with a 2.93 ERA, 1.15 WHIP, and a 74-27 KBB ratio in 12 starts this season. Opposing batters are hitting .212 against Abbott. Cincinnati has been good on offense this season. They are top 10 or hovering around the top 10 in the league in runs, hits, RBIs, walks, stolen bases, OBP, and OPS. The Reds' pitching staff has been poor this season. As a team, they are bottom 10 in ERA, hits allowed, runs allowed, home runs allowed, walks allowed, WHIP, and batting average against. Cincinnati is currently 2nd in the NL Central. They are fighting for a wild card spot, but there's a bunch of teams that are separated by 4 or fewer games. Johan Oviedo is the probable pitcher for the Pirates. He went 7 innings and gave up 2 hits, 3 walks, 0 earned runs, and struck out 6 in a win in his last start against the Milwaukee Brewers. He has a record of 6-11 with a 4.18 ERA, 1.30 WHIP, and a 117-54 KBB ratio in 23 starts this season. Opposing batters are hitting .234 against Oviedo. Pittsburgh has been poor on offense this season. They are bottom 10 in the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBIs, batting average, OBP, SLG, and OPS. The Pirates' pitching staff has been poor this season. They are bottom 10 or around the bottom 10 in the league in ERA, hits allowed, runs allowed, walks allowed, strikeouts, whip, and batting average against. Pittsburgh is second last in the NL Central. They will not contend to make the playoffs this year. Andrew Abbott has been good this season for the Reds. He has a record of 6-3 with a 2.93 ERA, 1.15 whip, and a 74-27 KBB ratio in 12 starts this season. Opposing batters are hitting .212 against Abbott. He will face a Pittsburgh team that has struggled offensively this season. The Pirates are bottom 10 in the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBIs, batting average, OBP, SLG, and OPS. The Reds are fighting to make the playoffs and are the better team. Cincinnati will win this matchup. Take the Reds on the money line. Johan Oviedo has been good for the Pirates lately. He has allowed 1 earned run or less in 3 straight starts and in 4 of his last 5 starts. Oviedo has not allowed a home run in 3 straight games. Andrew Abbott has been good this season for the Reds. He has a 2.93 ERA, 1.15 whip, and a 74-27 KBB ratio in 12 starts this season. Opposing batters are hitting .212 against Abbott. The Pirates are bottom 10 in the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBIs, batting average, OBP, SLG, and OPS. This will be a lower scoring contest and the under will hit. Take the under, 9.5 runs.